Anybody can come to a game and be like, this kid, boy, he's really good, he had a good game. That's great. He was good tonight. What do you think he's going to be 6 years from now? Because that's what we're trying to do.
They have everything on you. They have time to first base. They got time from first to third. They got how strong your arm is. They got your spin rate. They got your launch angle, hard hit percent. They got everything on you.
So what do you think your biggest adjustment going to professional baseball is going to be?
91. I absolutely love the competition. Every day we get to go scout with this mindset of we're going to beat 29 other teams today. I want to beat them on information. I want to beat them on the evaluation. I love the competitive nature of it.
We get to shape the future of the organization by the people we bring in.
The Chicago Cubs select Javier Baez, Albert Elmora, Chris Bryant, Kyle Schwarber,
Ian Happ. That one player can change the future of this franchise.
I'd like to introduce Theo Epstein.
Our goal will be to build the best scouting department in the game.
It was neat looking back on it. You know, the run that put us ahead in the 10th inning of Game 7 of the World Series was the product of 3 consecutive drafts.
Now we're underway in the 10th, and it's Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber led off with a hit.
Hard hit, base hit.
He was our first-round pick in 2014. Chris Bryant did a great job hitting that fly ball to move him over. That was our first-round pick in 2013.
High fly ball into center.
And then Albert Almora is the one they tagged up as our first-round pick in 2012.
Tagging is Almora with great base running.
3 straight years of first-round picks combined for the run that put us ahead in Game 7 of the World Series.
Zobrist stands, a base hit. Cubs will take the lead. Almora dig into the plate.
That was a proud moment for everybody.
Ohio's dairy farmers would like to wish all participants good luck in today's event. Remember to fuel up with chocolate milk.
Scouting, like anything, is all about relationships. Relationships you develop with the families, the kids, the coaches. And when all those relationships are strong and there's trust, then you usually make the right decisions. The most important part of my job is getting to know the players. Tell Seth I said hello. Absolutely. Tell him congratulations on being finished with school.
Our area scouts know these players inside and out, talk to their counselors, their football coaches. They've gotten multiple points of reference.
I have 6 states, and I'm the first person to kind of identify talent. It's important for me to get in and kind of evaluate the guys that may be under the radar a little bit, that I believe may have some value for the Chicago Cubs. What time do you guys play on Wednesday?
Play 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
Ooh, early game. Well, hopefully you win, you get bumped up, you have to get up that early. All right, I appreciate it. It's an experience like none other. I mean, you've played baseball your whole life, but it's different when you're playing for people from all over the country, all over the world, different cultures, and it's every single day. Do you have any questions about the process at all, about the next couple weeks of your life?
Area scout are probably the most unheralded people in the organization. I always liken them to like the offensive linemen who block for the quarterback or blow open the big holes from the running back. But if the area scout does their job and does a thorough job, then they're going to put us in position to make the best decisions. It starts with having talented scouts, talented evaluators in place.
Area scouts are in charge of tools, skill, and maybe sometimes most importantly, makeup. Then we have 2 national cross-checkers. The national cross-checkers are in charge of seeing the top 150 players in the country, focusing all their attention on where we will spend our money in the draft.
These kids don't just show up at Wrigley Field. It's great to see the finished product, but there's so many blood, sweat, and tears, travel miles, and people putting their neck out on the line with pounding the table. I want to get this guy. This guy should be in our organization. This guy is what being a Chicago Cub is all about. Because that's what we're trying to do. You try to project and predict. Yeah, that's scouting. I used to joke that I'm a professional driver that just kind of stops at baseball games from time to time. Spend a lot more time behind the wheel or in an airplane than I do at baseball games, that's for sure. We're going, I think it's in Casa Grande. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, pretty much. Every time I go to the yard to scout a player, I try to focus on that player and watch him as much as I can, from how he warms up, how he interacts with his teammates. Yeah, I mean, I call it a blink moment. What's this kid built like? Is he long, loose, lean, athletic, short, compact? You're looking for pitchers that have good landing spots, have good sound deliveries, hitters that really take pitches clean, get in the box and compete. We're looking for baseball athletes. We are at Tempe Diablo Stadium watching another championship high school game. My quote-unquote blink moment was like, I'm digging this. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I just left. Yeah, your boy melted 4 balls today. Just really went off. Fun to watch. Yeah, no, he's a dude, man.
There's no days off for guys like us. In the scouting world, like it definitely takes everybody chipping in. It's the families and the wives and the kids that have to kind of step up.
I love the hunt, I love the grind. Definitely the hardest part of this is being away from family and my loved ones. Breaks your heart every time. You know, your kids realizing you're leaving again for another couple-week trip, and can't really promise them when you're going to be back.
Hey, what's up?
Come to Daddy.
Hey, buddy, what's up, man? Come over here.
What do you
Oh,
say?
you got your helmet on now?
Hey, high five, bud. What do you say to Daddy?
I love you too, man. I'll see you tomorrow night. Mom, I'll call you later.
Okay,
Love you.
I grew up around the game. My dad has been in the game for close to 50 years.
Okay, we're following Whitey DeHart, who's our area scout up here in the Pacific Northwest.
Used to travel with him every summer. I'd work the radar gun for him every night, and always knew I was going to get into it.
I wish that I had this perspective when I was still playing. I think that every player, when they're playing, gets caught up into the numbers. It's what mom and dad see, that's what the girlfriend sees, that's what the friends see, that's what's on Twitter. Being in scouting, you really don't care as much about the numbers as you do about the quality of what the kid is doing.
When you talk to those guys, when you talk to Daniel, he'll tell you the first thing they're watching is how a guy plays, how he runs on and off the field, how he legs out a single into a double, and does little things like that.
Ian Happ with a head-first slide at third.
Ian Happ was in one of the first 3 or 4 reports I ever wrote, and my first draft pick. So any chance I got, I was here in the stadium watching him. I remember one game in particular, he faced a right-handed pitcher and had a really bad first at bat and struck out, and the guy came back with him with the same arsenal trying to get him out again, and it did not go well for the pitcher. So right then and there, you knew he could make adjustments. You knew he had a good feel for the game. So you had a kind of a gut feeling that this guy might be our first-round pick.
I'm looking for someone that, am I going to be really excited to see this player in a Cubs uniform next spring training? I do like to try to meet with the players myself. It takes you right back to seeing Albert Almora sitting in his house, in his living room, with he and his parents when he's a high school senior. Jed and Theo and I being on that couch, sitting there saying, is this the player that we should make really our first selection now that we're all here with the Cubs? It's a really surreal moment to reflect on. and remember how far everyone's come.
He's putting the finishing touches on the 2017 Cubs Away amateur scouting manual to pass on the torch to our younger scouts so they can learn from one of the best scouts that any of us have ever been around.
On behalf of the Cubs scouting staff, this is Sam Hughes. We would like to dedicate the final selection of the 2017 draft to the memory of Stan Zielinski. Stan was a longtime Cub Scout and passed away in January and is missed dearly.
He was the heart and soul of the scouting department, guy that was beloved and that we all miss so much.
He just had this way about him of writing these little stories and taking you on a little journey.
Squint your eyes and imagine a grainy film of Babe Ruth hitting a ball into the stands at Yankee Stadium. He's had the best college bat I've seen in a long time. And remember, I'm old, so I've seen a lot of them. Yeah, that's something Stan would say for sure.
He wasn't gonna give Kyle Schwarber the title being the 4th overall pick for the Cubs until he got to know the player inside and out. And in that report, it was like a running history of how incrementally he fell in love with Kyle. It was like we were watching this love story develop in front of us.
You know, for him to believe me the way that he did, you know, I want to go out there and I want to play with the, you know, excitement. I want to play with determination. And, you know, I feel like if I do that every day, you know, I'm paying pretty good respect to Stan.
There's a time, so usually at night, we're done, people have cleared out of the room. There's this moment that goes through your head as you're looking up at the board and take in the magnitude of what's about to come and the enormity of it, because it's so important. We're going to make decisions that are going to affect this franchise for years to come.
That's the only thing we really can control, is that we had the right process, we had the right environment that bred great conversation, heated arguments, productive collaboration.
There's something about this kid that I just think he's going to throw fuzz one day.
The board blows up and we took him at 30, would you be comfortable?
I'd be much more hesitant at 30.
It's a years-long process to get to know the player. It all comes together with the week before the draft, where we get everyone in a room with all our information at our disposal, apply some art to the science that's gone into it over the course of the scouting year.
The players and their success down the road 5 years from now will be a byproduct of having a really good process.
Some kids that you help bring into the organization that have worked their way up and know what they went through to get to Wrigley Field. It's extremely rewarding.
The draft day is our Super Bowl. It's the biggest day of the year. We're planting seeds for the future health of this organization. It's such an awesome responsibility to have.
The Chicago Cubs, the defending World Series champs, are up next. Who do they take tonight?
With the 27th selection of the 2017 MLB Draft, the Chicago Cubs select Brendan Little, a left-handed pitcher from the state.
As soon as the last day of the draft, we're starting for the next year's draft. Yeah, the baseball world doesn't stop for anybody. Despite all the time I spend with baseball, being with the Cubs, you kind of learn something new about the game every day.
Whenever I get home, it's awesome. I travel and I'm gone close to 200 days a year. I love my family, love my kids. They're everything to me. Really cool last 21 years being a part of this organization. It's our job is to kind of predict the future. And when you get it right, it's no better feeling. But I'm sure I'll probably be at a ball game grinding it out the next day, jumping on an airplane, keeping it moving, you know. It's kind of what I do.